Okay, so I just wanted to do a brief review of how to find resources on the library website. So first you go through the portal. I'm already signed in here, as you can see, right? You go over here to more apps, and then if you scroll down, you'll see library. Click on that bad boy. It'll take you to the library website, and you see the one search feature, right? So there's different ways to search. You could either click on databases, right? I can open this in a new tab and I'll show you. This has all the kind of different topics. Click on sociology and you can see what journals are available, right? Which are at least deemed most useful in sociology, also useful, etc. So you see there's a lot of different ones, and if depending on what fits the scope of your paper, right, you can kind of peruse these things a little bit online, right? Going back to the just normal one here, so you could click on books and media and go specifically for that. Look at guides. I'll click on that one just to show you real quick for fun. So all the research guides that they have for different topics. So this could help you in this class and other classes, right? Got a sociology one here, sociology research guides, right? The homepage, also the sociology librarian contact information is all in there, so that's fun, right? So let's go back to here. You have your one search portal. So if you have just kind of like a general topic, you could just pop that bad boy right in here, right? And see what comes up, or you could do an advanced search, right? So let's try advanced and I'll show you a little bit of how this works. So on advanced, again, you can refine first what you're looking for. So let's say you just want to look for articles, or you just want to look for course reserves would be like an instructor's textbook, everything within all CSU or just at Cal State Fullerton. So which one you pick matters as to what results you're going to get, right? So you can just do like a basic advanced search, though. It can be really helpful when you're looking for relationships between variables, right? You can put the two in here and see what you get. Also, you can refine what material type you receive here, right? Like if you only wanted ebooks or journals, whatever, right? Language. If you have a specific date range, like let's say it's something that's really current as a topic, you'd want something that's newer, right? So anyway, let's just pop in a couple and see what happens. So let's say I go with veganism and environmentalism, right? Search. We'll see what pops up. Okay, so it always does this, sign in to get results. Even though I'm definitely signed in, it will often make you sign in several times. I apologize for that. So just ignore this part. Come on, computer. Yep, long ass password. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. Next. Okay. Back to the, trust me, it'll make me do it again. Okay, so it changed my search. That's fun. That's a new one. Okay. Let's try this one more time. All right. Environmentalism. Search. Okay. So you got a bunch of results, right? And you see that it's all the different resources because that's the kind of option I had. So you have like, you could refine them by types, right? Available at Cal State Fullerton, all that kind of fun stuff, right? You want to kind of look at some of these things. Sometimes these will give you an idea of how things are cataloged, right? You can refine it by a lot of different things. And then basically, let's say you're looking through it and you're like, you know what, this isn't really giving me the results I was looking for. Sometimes you just have to go back to your search and change the specific criteria that you're searching. Sometimes it's just the terminology. So maybe if I change this to meat consumption and I change this to climate change, see what pops up, if it's the same stuff or not. Right? Similar idea, but kind of looking at it a different scope. Nope, it's different stuff, right? So we see it's different articles, different books. And again, you want to make sure that if you're using journals, that they're peer reviewed, as we talked about in the other lecture, right? Because some journals are like you just pay to get published in them, and you don't want that. You also want to try and find stuff that's full text online so that you can actually access it, right? So anywho, unless it's something that you can't access in person in the library, right? But it looks like available, there's 4 of them. So that's not great compared to 40,000. Anywho, so let's just scroll through. Let's see what okay, cool. This one's good, right? So let's say I want to look at this one, right? Click on this bad boy. And then it's going to give me a little preview idea. And through here, it's going to tell me like, okay, the full text link is here, but it's going to give me some details, right? So here I can see the subjects, which can be really important, right? Because maybe the way that I'm searching it when I was searching veganism was not working, right? Maybe I'm supposed to look at it as, you know, one of these other search terms, like looking at meat consumption instead, right? So when you click on that, that's going to give you a list of other related things that are tagged with the same subject line, such as climate change, right? So if you're running out of ideas or not finding the stuff you're looking for, this can be a really helpful place to see like what other ways that these things are cataloged, right? Okay, so there's that. Let's go to the link, which is probably gonna make me sign in again, even though I just did like, yep. Yeah. So there's that. That's annoying. Also, my computer started doing that. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's see. No. Okay. Alrighty. So this one's giving you some highlights. That's cool. Gives me an idea, so I can get an idea of is this something I want to look at or not. Gives me the abstract, right? That's cool. Can look at that. Ooh, a graphical abstract. Fun, right? About meat consumption. Fun. Okay, so but you notice like the full thing isn't really there in the same way. Sometimes you still have to click on another link. It's weird. Some of these articles are, each database is slightly different, and Calcifolition just gives you access to the databases, right? But it looks like now that I clicked on this, you have download PDF, you got the whole thing. Yeah, there we go. You got the whole thing. So you can peruse it here and see if it's something you want to keep. So if you're like, yes, 100%, this works for my paper, you could download the PDF right then. But let's say you're not sure, right? Let's go back to, I was like, I don't even know which one's the one that's open now. Where was I? This one, maybe? Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so this one, basically you're like, okay, I do want this one, right? It's awesome. So you can click on add this item, right? And it's gonna, the pin is gonna go up to your little favorites up top here, right? So I'm signed in, so it should go to my favorites. So let's click on this bad boy and check it out. Ah, there it is, right? And what I think is interesting about this, or the reason I love using this kind of Pinteresty pinning tool, is because you can then add labels to it once it's saved in your records. So let's say I'm writing a paper, like we'll add a new label, veganism paper, or whatever, right? That'll pop up in here. You see it pop up over here, just ignore all of this. Anyway, yeah, I have a bunch of stuff saved. It's a problem. But anyway, so that way you can label it this particular way. Let's say you're working on a paper in this class and in other classes. You have access to those labels, so you can kind of click on them and just find the specific thing that you're looking for. It will refine it just to that article or just to those articles, right? Or books or whatever it is that you save, right? So I think that's a really helpful tool to kind of get you on track when you're trying to find things, because sometimes you just want to pin it so you can keep on going, right? So that you can basically try to find other things that are still relevant, right? So yeah, I kind of just, click back on here a couple times. You can find other resources, and then you're like, okay, I really like this one, or I think this might be good. You can click on the preview, click on your little add this item to your favorites, pops in here, bada boom, bada bing, right? So those are some of my tips for how to use this effectively. And of course, refining it by peer reviewed is a good way to go if you're looking for just journals or just, books. You can put these different filters, but you want to make sure that it will say peer reviewed, right? You want to make sure that you see that on whatever resource that you find, because again, you don't want it to be something that like someone just paid $300 to like get it published, right? So yeah, you can always click on here, get the little snapshot, get the subjects and the idea, and some of these will even offer you a abstract, right? But typically you're gonna have to click on the links here to the full text so you can actually see whether or not it's something that works well for your paper, right? So I say at this point, that's pretty much all I got for you. Start exploring that catalog, right? There's a lot of good stuff in here. And sometimes, again, it's just a matter of doing a search in a different way with different criteria that will net a bunch of different results. And again, if you have any questions, you can always, chat with the librarians, schedule an appointment with them, or of course, just contact me, right? I'm more than happy to help you find some stuff for your paper because I'm a nerd and I like that stuff. So anyway, just wanted to give you this kind of rundown of how to use it, just in case you're not comfortable with it or not aware. I haven't had to use the Pollock Library for searching yet.